Ben here again with Falcon Quest, Birds of Prey. And so what I'm going to do is just do this quick little video because I've shown this perch off and on through different videos, and it's my version of a T-Perch. And right here is the T-Perch that I'm talking about. And what I thought I would do, in case you're interested in this design of a perch and why I designed it this way, I thought I would talk about this for just a few minutes. It's a very simple perch to use. It's very practical at the same time. All right, so here we are looking at the T-Perch, my version. And typically you think of a T-Perch where you have your piece come across like this, making a T. I made these extenders, and there's a specific reason why I did that. It's because when you have the bird sitting on this perch with this piece out here, and you have the two birds' legs coming down like this, and then you have the jesses coming from each leg coming together onto the swivel, what can happen is this piece here can literally hang up your bird, and your bird starts flopping around and getting tangled. We don't like that. So what I did is I made this extension here coming in here, so there's no way that it can get up and tangled around this crossbar like that. What it does, it keeps the bird from getting tangled with just a T. If you're ever using a perch that just has a T shape, you can run into entanglements. So basically what I have is I have a 4x4 post here, and I have this board here. This is basically, it's not a 2x4. This piece here is basically a 2x3. You can use a 2x4. I think a 2x4 is a little too wide here. And you can make it to the dimensions that works best for you. I'm kind of giving you a view. So to put these two wings on here, I cut this to that length there. And you can use whatever your length. This is approximately 12 inches. I put this piece here because, again, you can't have this come down without the cross piece because your leash or your jesses and things can get caught up on this piece coming down. So you want to make sure you make this full square here. And now when the bird's sitting here and it jumps off and baits, or you're calling it to you, it's not getting hung up here. There's nothing worse than calling a bird to you and it gets hung up and it's flopping down here and you're training a bird. That's not good at all. It sets you back very far. Okay, so working our way down to the foot. You can do the base however you want. I did the base with this style, angled off the end so I don't trip over it primarily. So when the bird's sitting on the perch and you have the leash or the creance coming down, you don't want it getting tangled underneath, slipping underneath here like my fingers are coming under here. I normally, when the bird is on the perch, I just tie to right here. If you want to take an eye bolt, put an eye bolt under here, about right here. You could tie your leash to an eye bolt here if you would prefer than tying it to this. I just tie it to here or tie it to here. Now the bird's tied to the T-Perch. However, this really isn't a safe perch to let a bird be tied to for any length of time unhooded in case it starts baiting, because if you tie to here and the bird baits, you can still get much entanglement. It's a great portable perch. I can pick it up, I can carry it around. Very cheap to make. The materials in this, you can make this for under $20. Of course, I need to resurface, redo my AstroTurf on top here for the bird's feet. If you had two of these, one here and then one, further over here, you could fly a bird back and forth from perch to perch. So as I was explaining, when you have your perch set up, you can fly a bird back and forth from perch to perch, or fly the bird to the perch back to you. This is just a simple design that I use for a portable creance. I'm using parachute cord, nylon cord, very strong, slightly givable. It does stretch slightly, but not much. A very durable cord. And what I'm using here basically is a it's a steel weight. It's a 2.5 pound. I believe this one is a 2.5 pound weight. It might be 3 pounds, you know, for doing exercises. Works perfect. I tie my knot on to this, and then I can tie, and I can go ahead and I can release as much string or as much length out as I want. And then I just use a half hitch. You know, where you take your line, you spin it around where you have that circle, put that through the end like this, pull it tight, and now you can control the amount of line you have. So if you want more line out, you take your half hitch off, let out more line. This is the desired length, whatever length it is that you want. You hold on to here, take your rope, go around like that, put over the end, tighten it up. That's a half hitch. If you do it twice, maybe it's a full hitch, I don't know. But usually I use 2 half hitches together like that. Here's another one. Boom, I did 2 together. This is good and tight. It's not gonna unravel. I put this on the ground. This goes to the end of my leash on the bird, or I'll tie it to my swivel, and then I can use it with my perch. So this, in conjunction with this, is very portable, very easy to use, cheap as can be, practical, works well for me. So there you have it. What I like to share is proven methods that has worked for me, that I have actually used over a good length of time, and maybe different species of birds. If it works good for me, I want to share it to you, because it's just sharing another good idea. On behalf of Falcon Quest, Birds of Prey, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. But hopefully there's some content, hopefully there's some material that helps you and is also enjoyable to watch at the same time. All right, on behalf of Falcon Quest, you have a blessed day.
Do you know what I hate? I hate you're starting to tie your half hitch here, getting the length that you want, and you drop this on your foot, and it hurts!